Hey ma'am, my name is Wanilin P. Argoncillo and this is our midterm presentation about the economic planning in Barangay Hamurawan. As we all know, economic planning is referred to the process of allocating resources. It involves setting a specific goal and making decisions to achieve specific objectives. Ang economic planning po is important sa usad po na barangay para po like sa social kasi po para mabigyan po ng service ng magandang service delivery ang barangay para mapag-isipan kung ano yung mga dapat na gawin na mga strategies para po mapaunlad yung like sa education, ganun din po sa health at sa safety or welfare po ng community. And then, ang economic planning din po ay nakakatulong din po sa when it comes to economic. Kasi, through planning in terms of economic, mas mabibigyan po ng pagkakataon yung mga tao or ang mga residents sa barangay na mabigyan sila ng job opportunities. As well as sa infrastructure din po is isa siya sa pinakamahalaga yung economic planning para magkaroon po ng well-developed infrastructure sa barangay. Magagawan po or mapag-isipan po kung ano yung mga strategies para magkaroon ng magandang infrastructure sa isang barangay. Ganun din po sa environment or natural resources. Ang economic planning is isa rin siyang makakatulong para matugunan o mabigyan ng maayos na or mapangalagaan po yung environment. And lastly, yung economic planning din po is isa rin siyang mahalaga para yung governance or yung pamamalakad ng mga ordinances, ang pag-implement ng mga ordinances sa barangay ay maganda yung process. So let's proceed to identifying a problem in Barangay Hamurawan. So despite of the strength of Barangay Hamurawan that has possessed, such as having active and educated barangay captain, access to water and healthcare services, various projects being implemented in the barangay to promote clean and orderly environment, providing transportation vehicle to some students from remote areas and many other initiatives, so those strengths are still insufficient in considering the barangay a fully developed one. Barangay Hamurawan is continuously face such problem and still have some weaknesses. So, sa kabila ng mga weaknesses na meron yung Barangay Hamurawan, still meron pa rin ng problema ang Barangay Hamurawan. And these are the following. So, first is farmers experience financial hardship in agriculture, such as lack sufficient financial resource per input. So, kulang sila sa mga financial resources like mga binhi, fertilizer at kung ano paman. At equipment din, kulang din sila ng mga equipment na ginagamit sa kanilang agricultural production, as well as knowledge about coping with climate change kapag nagkakaroon ng climate change. So, kulang sila ng kaalaman doon. And then, access to modern farming techniques and inadequate farming storage facilities. So, when we say inadequate farming storage facilities, so, kulang sila ng tinatawag na mga budiga or mga dryer na ginagamit nila sa kanilang agricultural productions. And then, Barangay Hamurawan has poor road condition and inconsistent of inadequate electricity supply. So yun po, yung road condition ng Barangay Hamurawan is hindi pa talaga fully concrete lahat ng kalsada sa Barangay Hamurawan, as well as inadequate electricity supply kasi hanggang 6 PM lang, hanggang 11 PM lang yung kuryente. And there are other sitios po talaga na wala talaga silang supply ng kuryente. And then, gaps in terms of access to healthcare, clean water or reliable water source to some remote areas. So, nagkakaroon po ng gaps when it comes to access to healthcare kasi yung mga malalayo yung bahay, yung hindi talaga malapit doon sa center, hindi talaga sila nakakapagpa-regular check-ups. At kapag dumadating po yung tag-init, wala po silang sapat na mapagkukunan ng kanilang water. And then next is lack of security measure to prevent crime and ensure community safety. So yung Barangay Hamurawon, even though marami po silang tanod, but ang kakulangan po ng Barangay Hamurawon is wala silang nilalagay na barangay tanod doon sa pinaka-boundaries ng barangay. Like yung dapat may mag-a-assess ng magpapalag-in or magpapalag-out kung sino yung nag-i-enter or nag-a-out sa barangay. So lalong-lalo na po yung issues ngayon is yung child kidnapping. So dapat mayroong pong mga ganon para madali pong malaman kung sino po yung mga pumaspasok at lumalabas sa barangay. Ganon din po walang mga CCTVs, cameras sa mga unsafe location. Dapat magkaroon din ng or magpatayo rin ng mga CCTVs, cameras doon sa mga unsafe location para nga madaling ma-detect kung sino yung mga taong hindi talaga taga dito sa Barangay Hamurawon or yung mga incidents madaling ma-detect. And then unsustainable practices, especially na proper waste segregation of waste. Yung mga tao kasi marunong naman silang marunong naman sila ng nabubulok, hindi nabubulok at yung mga recyclable. Nga lang kulang sila sa practice, hindi talaga sila natuturuan ng maayos kung paano mag-segregate ng maayos ng waste, as well as limited medical or healthcare services. So meron nga ng center pero wala naman silang emergency like ambulance pag dumating yung mga emergency yan, like halimbawa may mga nadisgrasya and then kailangan i-ano agad sa hospital. So hindi madaling i-ano sa hospital kasi walang medical healthcare vehicles na pang emergency. And the last is limited job opportunities. So yung Barangay Hamurawon is limited lang po sa mga opportunities when it comes to job. Kaya pumupunta yung mga residents sa ibang lugar, lalong-lalo na sa Manila, to find a job. So that are the problem that we have identified in Barangay Hamurawon. So that's why let's proceed to the sectoral planning para malaman natin what are the strategies na kailangan gawin to para masolusyonan yung mga problems in every sector.
Good morning, ma'am. First, the social and economic planning of Barangay Hamurawon. So, the objectives is to reduce incidence of common diseases and promote healthy lifestyle, and also enhance community safety and security and enhance educational. So, establish and provide health clinics, facilities, and health social workers into remote areas. Then second is the financial provides assistance to those deserving students. So the second po is, third is strengthen barangay tanods, patrols, and community policing. So importante man na madagdagan ang kusog sa mga tanod or pulis para mabawasan ang krimen, maiwasan ang krimen. Mas maganda talaga na mas madagdagan ang mga pulis tanod. Then next is install street lights and CCTV cameras and unsafe location. So sad pa man siya na strategies kasi sad na pagbutang sa ilaw sa mga madulom na lugar, lalo na sa Hamurawon, is wala pang maselko. Importante talaga siya na may ilaw or CCTV na mabutang kasi once na igwasin na is di na mahirapan ang tao, maliwanag na ang lugar sa Hamurawon. So such sa these strategies. Then provide healthcare vehicles in case of emergency. Di tara man mga emergency, ang sakit, bigla lang may nagkakasakit, so halayuan hospital wala sa kakayahan ang lugar na sa Hamurawon para bulong dahil nitong may sakit, lalo na pag emergency is wala sa capacity an healthcare para sito na may sakit. So kailangan talaga ang sarakyan, layo an hospital, mas bati pa, so wala sa emergency na sarakyan, so kailangan mag-provide man sa maski jutay lang na tricycle or what na pwede masakyan.
The economic strategies. The economic strategies in Barangay Hamurawon They provide skills, trainings, and livelihood opportunities for unemployed residents. These strategies aims to equip unemployment individuals with marketable skills, increasing their chances of securing jobs or starting small businesses. Skills training programs may include vocational courses, entrepreneurship workshop, or technical educations that align with the local industry needs. Next is provide trainings on modern farming techniques and crops diversifications. Modern farming methods such as precision agriculture, organic farming, and the use of high-yield crops varieties helps farmers increase productivity and sustainability. The crop diversifications reduce risk associated with the climate change and market fluctuations by encouraging farmers to grow multiple types of crops instead of relying on one single crop. Is facilitate access to resources and financings like seeds, fertilizer, and equipments. Small-scale farmers and entrepreneurs often struggle to access essential resources and financial support. By providing affordable seeds, fertilizers, and farming equipments, along with the accessible credit on microfinance programs, local governments and organizations can empower individuals to improve their productivity and income. Next is support the development of local markets and retail businesses. Strengthening local markets encourage entrepreneurships and stimulates economic activity. This can be done through infrastructure improvements, business grants, trainings programs, and policies that attract investment. Next is promote tourism and cultural attractions. Tourism is a powerful economic driver, generating income, creating jobs, and attracting investment. Promoting historical sites, cultural festivals, ecotourism, and local crafts can enhance a region's appeal to visitors. Infrastructure improvements, marketing campaigns, and collaborations with the private sectors can boost tourism, leading to increased revenue and sustainable economic growth. These economic strategies work together to improve employment opportunities, boost local businesses, and ensure sustainable economic development in the community.
Infrastructure. The objective of infrastructure is to improve infrastructure and to have reliable access to essential utilities and maintain adequate public facilities for community use. Like itong mga kailangan may improve na infrastructure is mga better roads, public transportation, para ma-reduce ang travel time, tapos ma-improve ang access sa pagtatrabaho, and then the facilities trade. So, well-developed infrastructure baga ga-attract siya sa business and investment, leading to job creation and economic development. So, upgrading infrastructure can reduce accidents and improve emergency response. Reliable access baga allow resident to engage in daily activities without interruption. So, improving overall well-being. So, to improve infrastructures, kailangan ma-maintain adequate public facilities for community use. The strategies of infrastructure is to improve and maintain good condition of road and bridges. So, mag-improve and maintain goods and conditions ng mga roads and bridges para investors makakadto sa barangay Hamurawon. So, number 2, expand access to electricity and renewable energy resources. So, magkakaigwasan like solars, ganon. Number 3, establish adequate farming storage facilities of farmers. So, magkakaigwasan farmers sa facilities and mga gamit ba. Number 4 is to develop pedestrian school. So, kailangan inanhimuan sa pedestrian lane sa kalapit sa eskwelahan para ang mga matawid is safe. Last but not the least, establish community facilities like park, recreational center, and etc. So, para ang mga tao dito is hindi na magkain-kain, magkato na lang sila sa parks, makaranam, sila sa mga sa recreational activity ninda.
Environmental and natural resources strategies. Conduct regular cleanup drives and promote tree planting activities among residents, barangay officials, and other barangay organizations. Regular cleanup drives helps maintain cleanliness in the community, reducing pollutions and healthcare hazards. These activities foster civic responsibility and environmental awareness. Tree plantings combat deforestation, improves air quality, and improves shades and habitat for wildlife. Engage local officials and organizations, ensures widespread participation and long-term sustainability. Establish solid waste segregation practices and recycling programs. Proper waste segregation helps reduce landfill waste by separating biodegradable and recyclable and non-recyclable materials. Implementing a recycling programs encourage reusing materials, conserving natural resources, and reducing pollutions. Procure a barangay garbage truck and establish material recovery facility, MRF. A garbage truck ensures a regular waste collections, preventing the accumulations and trash that can lead to the sanitation issue. And MRF process recycling materials, reducing landfills and waste, generating income through recycling initiatives. Promote backyard gardening, encouraging residents to grow vegetables, helps in their backyards, promote food securities, reduce household expenses, and improves nutrition. Backyard gardening also helps in waste reductions by using compost by organic waste as a fertilizers. It contributes a greener environment, improving air quality and enhance biodiversity. Protect and preserves natural resources. Natural resources such as forests, rivers, coastal areas provide essential benefits to communities, including clean water, food, and livelihoods. Conservation efforts include enforcing environmental law, preventing illegal logging and mining. These strategies contribute to a cleaner, healthier, and sustainable environment, benefiting both community and the future generations.
So here is the strategies of institutional. First, conduct a regular barangay assemblies meeting among the residents and barangay officials. Second, strengthen the BDC or Barangay Development Council and other community organization. Third, develop a well-transparent barangay budget that aligns on the barangay development plan. And fourth, enforce and implement a well-structured ordinances and regulation. And fifth, establish partnership with local government units, NGOs, and other private sector.
Good day again, ma'am. So this is the plan implementation of our economic planning in Barangay Hamorawan. So the overall goal of Barangay Hamorawan is to have an improved quality of life and have a sustainable economic growth through active participation, development strategies among residents, barangay officials, and other barangay organization. And then the time frame of plan is 1 to 2 years. Para po sa amin is sapat na po yung 1 pa 2 taon para mapagplanuhan po ng maayos kung ano-ano man po yung mga strategies na kailangan pong ikakandak doon sa plano. ng barangay. And then, implementation strategies. Una po is assessment survey. So, isa pong strategies is assessment survey. So, hindi po muna basta-bastang magkakandak kung wala pa pong assessment survey. Kailangan po muna ng assessment. And then, identifying suitable criteria for all. Third is recruiting qualified personnel. Kailangan mga qualified personnel yung i-recruit, hindi po yung basta-basta lang. And then, ensure transparent and accountable characteristic. Dapat po magkaroon tayo ng ganitong characteristic, yung transparent, walang kinakampihan, maging accountable kung ano man po yung kanyang obligation. And then, secure proper procurement and proper budget fund allocation. Ito yung pinaka-importante. Dapat kailangan i-secure kung paano yung pagbili ng tama, and then yung budget fund allocation dapat gamitin sa maayos, wag i-corrupt or i-allocate ng maayos. Then, engage or collaborate with other organization, lalong-lalo na po yung LGUs, and then also pwede rin pong makipag-collaborate sa mga non-government organization and other private sector. And this is the important, so yung monitoring. So, hindi ka lang basta-bastang mag-implement ng mga strategies na hindi mo minomonitor. Kasi paano mo malalaman kung effective talaga yung mga kinandak mong mga strategies or i-implement mo na plan kung wala namang monitoring. And the last implementation strategies is evaluation. So, yung evaluation po is, tandaan po natin, is napaka-importante po nito kasi nag-monitor nga tayo pero hindi naman natin na-evaluate. So, how can we say so that our ginawang plan sa ating barangay, kung nandak nating plan sa ating barangay is effective kung hindi naman natin in-evaluate? That's why it is very important. The evaluation is very important.